Hello, my name is Diana Morris from Edukea Company. Today we are going to look English language and we are going to discuss about greetings. How should we greet and on which hours should we greet? We should use which system in greeting. For example, when we start with greeting in the morning, how are we supposed to greet during the morning time? And the second one will look about greeting in the afternoon. How are we supposed to greet during the afternoon? And we'll finish by looking how to greet in the evening. By starting the following example, here we have an example of a teacher and pupils. We will see how to greet the greeting between a teacher and his pupils. We start by the teacher. The teacher says, "Good morning, pupils." And the pupils respond by saying, "Good morning, teacher." For example, you as a pupil, when you are at school in the morning, you are supposed to greet your English teacher by saying, "Good morning, teacher," and the teacher will respond, "Good morning, pupils." And when the teacher starts by saying, "Good morning, pupils," you are supposed to respond by saying, "Good morning, teacher." After that, you can practice saying good morning in different areas or places. For example, when you're at home, you can say or practice the word good morning by greeting your parents, your father or mother. And also you can practice by greeting your sisters or brothers, and also even your friends. You can greet them by using good morning. For example, when you wake up in the morning, when you're at home, you are supposed to greet your mother by saying good morning, mother, and your father by saying good morning, father. And all other relatives are around you in that area are supposed to greet them during the morning by starting by the word good morning. After looking how to greet in the morning, you're going to look how we should greet in the afternoon. How are we supposed to greet during the afternoon? For example, we have two pictures here. We have named the first picture as Musa and the second picture as Baraka. You can see that Musa starts by greeting Baraka. "Good afternoon, Baraka," and Baraka responds by saying, "Good afternoon, Musa." That is how you are supposed to greet during the afternoon. You start by the word good and then afternoon, and spell the name of that person which you are greeting or your friends. For example, also you can practice greeting in the afternoon by saying good morning, teacher, good morning, mother or father. These examples help you to know where and which time you're supposed to use the word good afternoon. For example, when you're at school, you can greet your teacher by saying good afternoon, teacher, during the afternoon. And when you're at home or in any other areas, you can use good afternoon to greet the people who are around you. For example, when at home, you can use good afternoon in the afternoon to greet your parents or our relatives. And also when you're with your friends, you can also use the word good afternoon to greet your friends during the afternoon hours. After looking how to greet in the afternoon, we go direct to look how should we greet during the evening time. By starting with the following pictures which have been drawn here on the board. The first picture we have named it as Henry, and the second picture we have named it as mother. So this is Henry and his mother. How are they supposed to greet during the evening time or evening hours? By starting with Henry, Henry says that, "Good evening, mother." And the mother responds by saying, "Good evening, Henry." That is how we're supposed to greet during the evening. So if it is in the evening or evening hours, you're supposed to use the word good evening to greet different people in your area. For example, also you can practice greeting in the evening by reading the following sentence below here. By starting with the first one, you say, "Good evening, mother." Your mother, you can greet your mother when you're at home or when you have met her for a long time. You can use good evening to greet your mother during the evening, but not during the afternoon or during the morning time. And the second one is good evening, father. This also is used at places which you live, and also you can use good evening, sister and brother. Good evening, sister and brother. Also this, you are supposed to greet your brothers and sisters during the evening by stating the word good evening, and then you spell the name of that person. If it's your sister, friend or mother, whatever, you will write. The first one is good evening, friends. When you are with your friends, how are you supposed to greet them during the evening hours? You will start by the word good evening and then you finish by the word friends. Those are your friends. That's how you are supposed to greet them during the evening. So as you can see, during the morning hours, we start by the word good morning. And during the afternoon hours, we start by the word good afternoon. And during the evening hours, we start with the name good evening. This is how we are supposed to greet different people by considering those words. After looking how to greet during the morning, afternoon, and evening, we are going to finish by looking our simple exercise below here with two questions. The first question says that practice saying goodbye. You as a people there at home, how will you practice saying goodbye? Which time are you supposed to say goodbye? Whether for your parents, for your friends, or any other person in your compound. Which time are you supposed to say goodbye? For example, I've given few examples below that question. The first example says that goodbye mother. When, for example, when you are at home and you want to go to school, you tell your mother goodbye and then you walk away going to school. That goes there to goodbye father, goodbye friends. You can say goodbye when you are going somewhere or when a person is going somewhere. You can use the word goodbye to wish him or her. Another thing is, the second question is practice saying good night. You as a people there at home, you are supposed to practice on how to say goodbye to different people around you or around your area. For example, here down the first one of say good night mother. You can tell your mother or your father good night when it is time for sleeping. For example, you have already go to bed or you want to go to bed in order to sleep. You can use the word good night in order to wish your mother or your father a good night from that day. Also, you can say good night cousin. Also, you can wish your cousins a good night when you are going to sleep. So you as a people there at home are supposed to practice on how to say goodbye and also to practice on how to say good night. By looking these two questions, this marks the end of our lesson for today. Thank you.
Purchase your tracks today.